Yes, live from the news center of the Sultanate of Oman television. Here we present to you tonight's news bulletin. First, the headlines. A session of talks between the Sultanate and Saudi Arabia discusses regional issues and developments. The Sultanate, in its ninth five-year plan, is working on mega projects and economic diversification. And Theresa May plans to stay on as Britain's Prime Minister with the support from Northern Ireland's Democratic Union, its party. Good evening to you all. Ramadan Mubarak, and thank you for joining us. Now, the details. His Majesty Sultan Qaboos has sent a cabal of greetings to His Excellency Dr. Marcelo Rebelo de Sousa, President of Portugal, on his country's National Day. Yesterday, a talk session between the Sultanate and Saudi Arabia was held in the premises of the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It discussed the existing brotherly relations between both countries and ways to enhance them in various fields. From the Sultanate side, the meeting was headed by His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, and from the Saudi side, it was headed by His Excellency Adel Al-Jubair, Foreign Minister of Saudi Arabia. It also focused on the current developments in the region as well as a number of regional and international issues and matters of common concern. His Excellency Adel Al-Jubair, Foreign Minister of Saudi Arabia, stated that his meeting with His Excellency Yusuf bin Alawi bin Abdullah, Minister responsible for Foreign Affairs, was fruitful and constructive as they discussed various matters of the region. Qatar Foreign Minister said sanctions imposed upon his country violate international law, calling the moves by Saudi Arabia and other Arab nations as unjust siege. Speaking in the German town of Wolfenbüttel today, alongside German Foreign Minister Sigmar Gabriel, Qatari Foreign Minister Sheikh Mohammed bin Abdul Rahman Al Thani also said that his nation's hope was for diplomacy and dialogue. Gabriel said it was important to prevent any further escalation and that Germany was willing to help with any negotiations, noting that other diplomatic efforts were already being made by the US, Kuwait and others, and that he was optimistic they would be able to organize talks. In Britain, Theresa May has confirmed she plans to stay on as Britain's Prime Minister to provide certainty to the country with support from Northern Ireland's Democratic Unionist Party. After a brief meeting with Queen Elizabeth II at Buckingham Palace, May said today the new government will guide Britain's exit talks from the European Union, which are set to begin in just 10 days. Standing in front of 10 Downing Street, May said her Conservatives and the DUP will work together to fulfill the promise of Brexit. May had called yesterday's early election to strengthen her hand in Brexit talks, but instead lost the Conservatives' overall majority in Parliament. Overseas said a surge in youth turnout fueled by last year's shock Brexit vote played a pivotal role in stripping May of her parliamentary majority. North Korea said today it has launched a new type of cruise missiles capable of striking US and South Korean warships at will, as South Korea found a suspected North Korean drone near the tense border between the rivals. The missiles are the fourth new missile system North Korea has disclosed and tested this year, sending a defiant message that it will continue to pursue a weapons program that has rattled its neighbors and Washington. Analysts said leader Kim Jong-un observed the launches and that the missiles currently detected hit floating targets at sea after making circular flights. The launch came days after U.S. aircraft carriers USS Carl Vinson and USS Ronald Reagan left the area after joint exercise with the South Korean Navy. Today, South Korea's military found a small flying object that it said was similar in shape and size to one of several North Korean drones discovered in 2014. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television, and still to come in our news bulletin. Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized a forum in the Wilaya of Jalan Bani Abu Hassan in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. Welcome back to the news from the Sultanate of Oman television. The Sultanate, through its 9th five-year plan and implementation program extended until 2020, is working on a big project including Liwa Plastic Industries Complex, Duqm Refinery Petrochemicals Complex and the Omani Chinese Industrial City. All these projects came as an implementation for its strategic goal to diversify the national economy and enhance the productive sectors, namely tourism, logistics, services, fisheries, wealth, mining and others. In a partnership with the private sector, the Sultanate aims towards investments worth 41 billion Omani Riyals during the upcoming years, from which 16 billion Riyals allocated for first phase of Tanveed program, which was launched this year with the aim to establish 76 economic projects. According to the latest statistics issued by Public Authority for Social Insurance, the active establishments covered by social insurance system increased to more than 16,815 establishments. This noticeable increase came due to youth desire to open their own private institutions, which resulted in an increase in the number of active insured people at private sector to more than 217,000. The majority of the insured were in the age range of 26 to 30 years, recording 23.4%. With regards to insurance protection extension system for Gulf Cooperation Council countries' citizens, the number of issued reached to 1,833 at the end of May 2017. The Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry organized a meeting between Their Excellencies, the members of the Shura and the Municipal Council, as well as a number of businessmen in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. The meeting reviewed the challenges facing business owners as well as mechanisms of encouraging the youth towards self-owned business. It also discussed the importance of small and medium-sized enterprises and the employment of job seekers. A forum entitled Contact and Inspiration was held in the Wilaya of Jalan Bani Abu Hassan in the Governorate of South Sharqiya. It included various activities, namely training workshops, dialogue sessions, official visits from government and private institutions. The forum, which was organized by Oman Chamber of Commerce and Industry, aimed to gather female entrepreneurs so as to exchange knowledge and stress on the role of women in the development of national economy. During the forum, an award for inspirational entrepreneurs was announced, which will be launched in the upcoming August. And now here are the Ramadan times for tomorrow. Fajr prayers at 3:52 a.m. and Maghrib prayers at 6:58 p.m. And now for the general weather focus around the Sultanate. Clear skies will prevail over the Sultanate with chances of scattered rainfall over the governorates of Al-Wusta and Dhafar. Winds will be northeasterly to easterly light to moderate. Seas will be slight with a maximum wave height of 1.25 meters. More details on your screen. You're watching the Sultanate of Oman television. Before we end tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. A session of talks between the Sultanate and Saudi Arabia discusses regional issues and developments. The Sultanate in its 9th five-year plan is working on mega projects and economic diversification. And Theresa May plans to stay on as Prime Minister with the support from Northern Ireland's Democratic Unionist Party. With that, we come to an end of tonight's news bulletin. From the entire news team and myself here, we do thank you for joining us. Wish you a pleasant evening and Ramadan Mubarak.